Howdy everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are checking out a different type of game than I've done before. I mean, it's a roguelike. I have played World of Horror, which is very similar to that. But this is vastly different. This is not a scary game. This is a fun game. This is a cooking game. We get to build our own restaurant. It's going to be absolutely delightful. So I played a whole lot of this game last year, but I have not touched it in a few months, and they have added some new recipes. So we will probably check. Let's just start with sandwiches. That's a new one. That way we can experience that together. And then the floor plan. We're just gonna keep it simple. A nice. Yeah, this is the first episode, so we'll keep it simple. We're not trying to do anything outrageous here. So yeah, there's a lot going on the screen. I wouldn't worry about it too much. I'll explain it as I go. Once I get into the game itself, it'll be a lot more simple. So yeah, let's just dive in. Alright, so sandwiches. Need flour to make dough and then cook to make bread. Interact to cut a slice and serve. Customers will request each sandwich ingredient in turn. Some ingredients should be chopped before serving. Awesome. I have never done sandwiches before, and I am super excited for this. Alright, so what is this? So that's another cool thing about. Oh, that teleported me. That's another cool thing about this is that we can customize all of this. So there's a filing cabinet that we don't really need to worry about that just yet. I'll just put it in the side office there. We do have a booking desk that is incredibly useful because that will get us some nice early income. We can use that to call people into the store sooner, and they will pay us bonuses. So yeah, I have no idea how to set up my restaurant for this because I have never worked with sandwiches before in this game. So what I'm thinking, because we are going to need to have dishes. Um, do we need dishes? I don't see any plates. Alright, so we're going to slot you there. We only have groups of two, so what I'm actually going to do is turn that around. Alright, so that's going to be that. I don't think I actually need that sink right now because I do not appear to have dishes to worry about. So yeah, this is my kitchen, I think, for right now. We have access to everything we may or may not need. Alright, so let's just get into it. So it's the first day. Usually what I do on the first day is I just call everybody in all at once. Um, they'll wait for quite a bit. Alright, so we get dough. We turn the dough into bread by baking it. That's going to take a little bit. Let's get some lettuce chopped up. Let's get some tomatoes chopped up. And we got bread. Okay, let's see what this single order diner wants. He wants a piece of bread. He wants a tomato, and he wants a lettuce. And then he wants a nice bun top. Oh, that's weird. Oh, what is that? What is this stuff? I have no idea what that is. It's like, it seems like a sliced meat of some kind, but it's like kept ambient. Ugh. I don't know what that is. Alright. You want a slice of bread. You want a lettuce. I don't know how I feel about this one. This is a complicated recipe. Uh-oh. No. We gotta top that one off first. Okay, so now I see why there's no dishes. Because you gotta bring these people each ingredient individually, which is kind of crazy, but that's okay. Serve you, and then what would you like today, sir? Bread? These sandwiches seem absolutely disgusting, by the way. Lettuce, tomato, weird ambient meat, and bread. I think we'll have toasted sandwiches eventually. Have to toast the bread before we give it to them. But yeah, so that's one day of that. So that's the general gist of it, and now we dive into the second part of it, which is going to be building our restaurant. So we got a decent amount of cash. As you can see, the booking desk is actually, it gave us 33% more money just for that one day. And it's going to be harder and harder to use that. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just opening up our envelopes there to see what we rolled for the day. This research desk is super useful. We cannot afford it yet, and also, at least from what I can tell, you don't want to buy it on day one because you want two research desks, and we'll get to why shortly. But for the time being, I'm going to pop that in my filing cabinet. It's going to allow me to store it overnight, and by overnight I mean over the workday because we're starting a new workday, getting right into it. So I did call everybody all at once last time. You can also just do it incrementally. There's not really a reason not to do it that way. It makes it more manageable, and you still get the same amount of money. I'm just kind of crazy. It is raining, so if you notice how outside is raining, any customers who wait outside during the rain, um, they will not be happy about that even quicker. So we have got to hurry up and serve this lovely customer. Hello, customer. Enjoy that, and a final slice of bread for you. And while you're eating your sandwich, we will serve you. Oh, tomato and bread. And then, so what I can do, actually, if I just bring both breads over here, and we'll develop more of a strategy for doing this as the run goes on. These can be quite a while, so you can skip around if you just want to, see the final result, or just leave it on as background noise, however suits your fancy. I will be vibing regardless with my sandwich restaurant, which is called, by the way, A Cut Above. Alright, so that is day 2. Again, very simple so far. So day 2 completed. We have funds now. So we're just going to leave that, theoretically we're going to leave that research desk in the filing cabinet because we should have increased chances of getting a second one since we haven't purchased one yet. So if my calculations are correct, there should be a research desk right behind this one. Yep, awesome. So this one we will buy. It costs 40 gold. Slot that there. Now, one of the coolest parts about this game, in my opinion, is that you can upgrade your items before you use them, or before you buy them. So, specifically, before calling anybody today, I am just going to upgrade this research table. Now, what we actually get is going to vary. It looks like we got a blueprint desk, which is very useful. It's not what we're going for at the moment, so I'll explain that should we ever acquire one. But let's get to work for the day. We gotta make some phone calls. So if you notice up at the top how that time bar jumps ahead, it's gonna summon customers when it hits those points regardless. The only difference being it pays you a little bit extra if you activate it beforehand. But speaking of which, we're gonna get to work on these sandwiches. They both want a nice lettuce base on their bread. We're gonna make a phone call before the next one expires. They both want some tomato. It does seem like the order of which you serve them, like it seems like it doesn't, like the stack order will change. It's not always going to be, if it includes all 3 of these ingredients, for example, it's not always going to be lettuce, tomato, meat. It's going to be, tomato, lettuce, meat, meat, lettuce, tomato. Sometimes they won't even include that. So there's that one. We missed the last phone call of the day, but that's a-okay. It's really bothering me what that is. I need to know what that is. Alright. Now, at the start of the next day, we are going to have something new to contend with. Actually, I know why I have that sync now. I think you always have a sync, but I'll include that soon so you can see, and I can start saving a little bit of time. Because again, it's going to become more and more difficult to keep up with the customers as this goes on. But it's still not too bad, and it won't be bad for a little bit. We have some time to kind of evolve our restaurant to a place that we want it before it gets too bad. I think this game is a good stream game. I might try doing that at some point as well. But I don't think there's anything wrong with having an individual recorded part series as well for this. Because this is, in my opinion, this is a very fun game. And it's also co-op, so if you have any friends and you want to pick it up, I definitely recommend it. Because you can get into some mighty fun shenanigans with your friends. Alright, so this is a new mechanic. We are now a 1-star restaurant, and with that comes new challenges. First of all, we've got to collect our paycheck, 38 gold, which we cannot... Oh, okay, so this is it. I've messed up, and I've started a process that I cannot stop. So let me explain it while I play juggle between these 2 bars. So onion rings, that will be a new side, similar to if you've played the tutorial or whatever. it's just an addition to the dish, so they could order a sandwich and a side of onion rings. The more sides you have, it's just more stuff you have to deal with that they could add to their order. And now I am not going to select that. I am going to select blindfolded chefs. Process progress is hidden. So this one, it's a little tedious because you can't see like how long it takes to cook something, how long into chopping something you are. Even their patience is hidden. I think that might be a different modifier, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Um, so we're not going to be able to see that, but ultimately it does not affect um, our ability to serve customers, which is ultimately what we want to avoid because it's just going to get so overwhelming so quickly as we start adding more and more of these modifiers. So yeah, let's do a little reorganizing. This is a blueprint desk, which, as you see, it replaces one blueprint per day. We interact with it during the day, and it kind of rotates through a cycle, and we pick which one we want to lock in. These are useful because you can actually up the amount of total blueprints you get per day. See how I'm getting 5 down here? You can get like double or triple that. I don't know the exact number because I've never hit it before, but we don't want that. We want something else, so I'm going to research that again to get something else. Let me reorganize this a bit. I don't think I need the trash can right there. Let me bring the sink over here, and I will put the weird salami meat right there. And then I think I'll change those. I think this is a decent setup for what we're working with. And then just because I can, I'm just going to move that over here because we don't really need to walk up there. There's not much going on up there at the moment. And besides, if I turn that, oh, it's already on the side. I can still get up there. So this is fine. All right, I'm talking so fast because I'm just trying to get into a place where we can start making progress. All right, start the new day. So let's pop, oh, that's not what we want. So the reason I put the sink here is if you apply water to the flour, you just get dough. So no more needing to roll it out. All right, so we upgrade that. That is now a discount desk, which will make things cheaper. I think it even cuts their price in half. I'm going to make a phone call real quick. Oh, I missed it. So we're going to have a queue waiting as well. But that's fine. I mean, like, the extra money is nice, but there's so many ways to make cash that it's not the end of the world if we don't get every single call bonus. But the more we get, the more likely it is that we'll be able to upgrade our restaurant sooner. So it's definitely something to aim for. Alright. Chop up the lettuce. We need another tomato. 1 tomato stat. Alright, here's some more salmonella for you. And some bread. Alright, I'm going to take your order and I'm going to make another phone call. That's the final one of the day. We also should probably get another loaf of bread cooking because these people are going to clear out the loaf that we have. Alright, little lettuce base. Oh, so if you pick it up, you reset the progress, so be careful doing that. As you see me start to devolve into panic as the series goes on, you will see that I am very quick on the trigger finger on grabbing stuff that I should not. And I'm sure you've noticed by now the progress bar is being hidden across the board. It doesn't seem like their patience is, so that must be a different modifier. The thing about the modifiers is that you always have to pick one between the two. So and some of them are rough to deal with. And maybe they're less rough if you have friends, because, you can kind of designate some of them to be the person that deals with those unique situations. But when you're by yourself like this, you're just kind of in trouble a lot of the time. So, alright, so we don't want a discount desk, so I'm going to leave that in there. Over here, yeah, I think we're just going to keep rocking how we're going, because if the desk I want, which will be the next one, there's only 3 desks you can rotate through, unless they've added another one that I don't know about. But the next one should be what we want, which will be a copying desk, which allows us to duplicate the blueprints. So it allows us to start scaling. But, again, now's not the time for that. Now's the time for cooking. Phone call, bread, cooking, and re-research. And, oh, the door's invisible. Wonderful. That is a copy desk. We're going to make another phone call. We have 2 customers already. 2 at both table. Not a huge fan of that. But it just means we got to get to work faster. Oh, don't come on another one. And obviously, yeah, definitely going to be reorganizing this some more, because this is not the most efficient as it stands. Alright, they're gonna eat. I'm gonna go call another one before it expires. I think it expired. Alright, honestly, I'm gonna serve this solo lad first. You don't want lettuce. Of course you don't. Do you want tomato? You do want tomato. You do want... Oh, now you want lettuce. You goober. Alright. We're starting to get quite the queue out there, so we do need to step it up here. Gonna serve the solo again. They're a lot easier to take care of because they require half of the ingredients. And as you can see, we're already starting to struggle a little bit. I'm getting a little bit greedy with the phone calls, but... And we're fine. It's not like we're in danger yet. Let me clean up this hidden mess here, because it is slowing me down. We need more bread. Honestly, it sucks to be the table on the left, but we're serving the single again. There's the bread. There's the other bread. Let us get that bread. Alright, what do you want? You want salmonella... You want some lechuga and 2 tomatoes. This game was made by Europeans though, so forgive me if I swap out the American pronunciation for some of theirs, because you know what? I just can't help but slip into their lovely way of talk. Alright, that is the day. Day 5. So at the end of day 6, we will get another modifier card, another star on our tally board. So every 3 days is what we got to worry about. But every 5 days, we do have a theme drop. So we're going to have a completely different shop today, and this one right here is our choice. So we can pick, do we want to be an exclusive restaurant, which has increased queue patience? You know, people want to get through your door. So they're going to be paying you more, and they're going to be waiting longer to do it. Or do we want a charming restaurant? You know, one that kind of laid back, more relaxed, like a mom and pop kind of shop. They're a lot more casual. They don't really care if you clean the tables. I think I'm going to go exclusive. I love that extra money per item delivered, especially on this run, because we're delivering a whole lot of items. So it seems like each one is like a unique item. So we could be making lots and lots of money. That actually might seem a little bit broken. But that being said, these are all of our decorations, and you see that they give points towards diamonds, which is our high-class fancy establishment currency. I will not be buying any of those just yet because our funds are limited, and I would like a copying desk. Interact to copy a blueprint in an adjacent cabinet. So we have purchased a copying desk, and now we own it, and we will make use of that. Until then, though, I am out of cash, and I do not care much to copy any of these, so onwards to another day. Let me... Hold on. What if I do this? And also, yeah, we do get these decorations, so we can kind of decorate our restaurant a little bit. Let me actually put that one in there, put that one in there, and then right like that. Cool. There's our restaurant. And then I also have this. Cool. So yeah, let us just jump right into it. I think, so if I've got them like that, so honestly, I think what I want to do is something like this. It's a little cursed. You know what, let me actually do something like this. It's a little cursed, but I think it'll be more efficient than what we've been working with. So yeah, let's just jump into the next day. Do a phone call. I should have moved the phone run more over, but that is a-okay. I don't have to research today. I have nothing in the filing cabinet. Let me go ahead and preemptively chop a tomato and a lechuga, which also, that's not... dropping the Spanish for that is crazy, because that's not European at all. That's just me saying lechuga. Alright. You want some salami? Oh yeah, this is good stuff. I think I might put the bread right there in this walkway here. Just have the loaf of bread right here. But for the time being, we must feed this person. You take your lechuga, you take your salmonella, and you top that off with another slice of bread. Make a phone call. Get another bread cooking. We're gonna help the solo get a tomato cut because people love tomatoes. I told you. Some lettuce. Our bread is gonna stay in the oven, but it's done. Uh-oh, don't turn the oven back on. Alright, you take that. That's the final phone call of the day. Bread. Lettuce. Salami. Another lettuce. It is really raining out there. I mean, hey, they got dedication for standing in the rain. You want a tomato too? Standing in the rain at the middle of the night. It's probably cold out there. They're troopers. Get in here. I've held you up long enough. Come give me your money. 3 coins, please. I can't wait till I can start upcharging per item. Yeah, that slice of bread will be 2 coins, please. Your salmonella is 5 gold. Alright, sandwiches served. And then some sandwiches for you. Alright, you're onto the bread. You want some salami, though. I don't blame you. Salami's pretty good. Alright, take your bread. Not having to clear the tables is so nice. Alright, that's the day. Let us see what our next star brings. I'm sure it'll be perfectly manageable and not at all outrageous. And it might give us new ingredients as well. New ingredients, maybe, like I said, maybe it'll allow us to toast the bread, new recipes, or it could just be a whole new meal entirely. There's a lot of choices. Alright, mashed potatoes as a side, or desks should only be used once per day. Simplicity is rough. Because ideally, we'll get multiple filing cabinets, and then we can just, you know, knock a whole bunch of blueprints out. I'm going to go with mashed potatoes. It takes a lot of work. Make sure you prep some in advance. But it does decrease the customer load. So as you can see, we had 6 expected groups in the top left. Now we have 5. So these envelopes obviously are the same. I open them up and I have to purchase them. But these boxes are required. This is how we're going to make our mashed potatoes. And now we still only have the oven. And we're going to have to cook our mashed potatoes in the oven for the time being. Which is okay. But we could also start pursuing a hob, which is like a stovetop. If you couldn't tell by the image there. What is this? It's just another dining table. Okay. Portioner. That is actually incredible. I think that would be very useful on this run. So what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to put the hob into the filing cabinet so that we can research it, improve it, and duplicate it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to purchase this portioner. And I think if I... how do I want to do this? Maybe like that? Like that? No. Hold on. So we can go into a test day just so I can test this. So if I have... like if I bake the bread, can it portion it directly from... yeah, let's practice. So yeah, this is fun because we get to start automating stuff, which is a great appeal to this game. So if we bake this bread, will that portioner pull it directly out of the oven? We'll find out. I gotta pop it open first, obviously. Okay, it does not. That is good to know. So it's a good thing we tested that and we didn't go into the day like that. The soundtrack is so fun. Okay. So what I think I'm gonna do is... okay, I think this is gonna... we need a... can I afford... I think counters cost 20. I need that counter desperately. I'm running out of counter space. Okay, here we go. So let us get onwards with the day. We will research this hob before we make any phone calls. A customer is going to show up. They always do because we're open and we're popular. That looks like a safety hob, which will not burn food. That is incredibly useful. We can bake our bread on that. And I think the portioner can take it directly off of that. Alright, we're going to make our first phone call as the bread bakes. I think I need to swap them, put the counter in the corner and put the portioner there. But as you can see, that just slices our bread for us. It is so nice. Alright, you want some salami? I gotta make some mashed potatoes too, I didn't even realize. I got lucky that these people didn't order any yet. Alright, let me get to making mashed potatoes. I think I need water, and I need to cook it, yes. You want some mashed potatoes, understandably so. Do you want mashed potatoes? I can serve you. You don't. Alright, have potato, I must mash. And potatoes are mashed, and don't mind if I do take a portion. Alright, you want bread, you want tomato. Sorry to just plop a piece of bread on the table in front of the right guy and just kind of leave him there, but... Oh, we missed a phone call too. Oh, things are getting out of hand. Bread. Bread. I need more bread. Make a phone call. Okay. Bake the bread. We need a tomato. Sorry, a tomato. Final bread. Alright, now we have a new loaf. I'll just give you your slice early. Don't eat it yet, though. It's not for consumption yet. Alright, tomato. Salmonella and bread. Cool. Alright, that is day 7. Look at that, we're a week into our restaurant. Alright, whoops. Alright, so we can buy some more tomatoes. Don't really need that. I think our best bet is just to come over to the safety hub, which actually I don't think I can afford it. I think it costs 120. No, it costs 60. Sick. So I can just get that. I think I'm going to put that over in this corner. And I'll put that there. And then we'll rotate that around. 6 groups, 1 to 2. Let's get to it. Let's go ahead and swap those two, I think. I'll put a counter right there. That'll be where we keep the potatoes. Alright, yeah, I think that's that. And now if you see, we still have a safety hob in there, so I can either duplicate that or I can research it to get the other type of upgraded hob we can get. But until that happens, though, we have another data to open for business. Go! Alright, bake that bread. Alright, potatoes are up next. I don't want to research it, I just want to duplicate it again. Alright, the bread's done. Hopefully I got time to get back to that before it burns. Okay. And we just... Whoopsie, I messed up. I should have put that on the hob. Anyways, let's bake the potatoes. You want bread. I know you do. Oh, salmonella coming right up. Fresh off the cutlery board. And then... tomato, lettuce... and a final bread, just for you. I'm assuming you want a sandwich to eat today. Let me mash the potatoes real quick. Real quick means sometime this century. Alright, mashed potatoes are mashed. Serving our next customer at gate 3. That has no correlation to what is going on. That's okay. That's why the customers come here, so that they can hear my rambles as they dine on their mashed potatoes and sandwich. Oh, no, you don't want that. Well, maybe you do, but it's not for you. Alright, some salmonella on 2 slices of bread. No, don't toast it. Alright, so that's something to watch out for, is that it's going to try to toast your bread if you're not careful. Alright, salami. Hold on, I gotta go make a phone call. The final one. I missed one, that's okay. You want a tomato. You want a lettuce. And then 2 slices of bread, please. Awesome. And then you are a double potato fiend. I will give you your potatoes, and I will raise you 2 sandwiches, please. Alright. Eat your potatoes. Eat your slices of bread. I'm going to chop your lettuce up right in front of you. It's like a nice hibachi restaurant. You want me to throw it in your mouth for you? Make a little volcano out of the tomatoes? Alright, I think I have officially become a health hazard with these promises of volcanoes. They're going to shut us down. Alright, more bread. Who would have thunk it? You need some tomatoes. Oh no, I made toast. Oh, that's like, that is burnt toast. Holy. Actually gotta bake some more bread just for you. Alright, a little salami. Little lettuce. Little tomato. And would you look at that? Fresh loaf of bread. Just for you. Cut above the rest. We're rich. Alright, cool. Alright, so I did take a little break from playing. As you can see, though, I did make a small change. I purchased that other safety hob that was hiding out in that cabinet here, and now what I want to do is, I don't think I need a third safety hob, at least not anytime soon. So I'm going to actually dump that over there, and this little reroll button is super useful because it's going to reroll every blueprint on the ground. So we are going to reroll all of those because I don't want a single one of them. And I'll be honest, I don't think I want a single one of those either, at least not yet. So I'm going to reroll one more time just to see if we can get something good to shove in the filing cabinet. Okay. These are good things. So this clipboard stand makes desk interaction speed, it cuts it noticeably in length of how long it takes to research stuff, so that is a time saver, especially as the days ramp up and we don't have as much time to prep. A combiner is also incredible, even though I don't think it matters too much for this one. Maybe we can use it to combine the flour with the water, just so that we can get the dough without having to interact with it, but there's other ways to do that too. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to shove this clipboard stand right into our filing cabinet. Can't upgrade it, but we definitely can duplicate it. And then, yeah, we're just going to jump into day 9 here. Alright, I'm a little bit rusty because I haven't played in a little bit. Alright, so we're going to do that. We're going to duplicate this stand. That way we can get another reroll on the next day. Extra blueprint to reroll, that is. Alright, I gotta get some mashed potatoes prepared. Also gotta make a phone call. Might be a bit too late. Alright, clean that up. We don't want messes in our kitchen. It'll slow us down. Alright, we got bread. You would like some bread. You would like some lettuce. And you would like some more bread. What a simple sandwich. A lettuce sandwich is kind of crazy. I don't know, let me know in the comments if you enjoy yourselves a lettuce sandwich. That is something I would be fascinated to hear. Alright, you would like some tomatoes and some salmonella. You would like some bread. Salmonella. Lettuce. And more bread. We're probably going to have to get another loaf, because that took a while to cook. It's a safety hob. They do have a slower cook time overall, but they trade it out so you don't burn anything. So I can just leave the bread right on there, other than obviously the final slice, because that will turn into toast. Oh darn! I gotta chop the mash. I gotta mash the potatoes. I don't have any mashed potatoes ready. How careless of me. Alright, we got mashed potatoes. Alright. I know I originally grabbed that portioner for the bread, but honestly I think I like this more, having the mashed potatoes over there instead. Salmonella. Nope, not that one. We need lettuce. I'm gonna make a... uh-oh. It's not gonna summon another person, I don't think, if my math is correct, just because the last group already came. I just wanted to get the final group called. Take your lettuce, take your bread please, and get out of my store. I'll take that, you take your bread. Alright, starting to push it a little bit close. I need to get some automation going on. We kind of have that going on with the portioner. However, it's not enough, obviously. I'm also probably going to try to rearrange it a little bit. I'm starting to feel the distance between like the lettuce, tomatoes, and the chopping stations. So we're going to play around with it. We might go to like a less of a counter dining, like a diner setup, and more of just like a traditional serve setup. I think taking the time to walk the plates out there might be better than simply handing it over the counter if it gives me a more efficient production schedule. But in any case, we got through day 9. Let's go. Day 10. Now we should have another star. I think, don't we get a star and... I'm asking you this, but you might not know this. I think, don't we get a star and another decoration round this time for 10? It's a double decker. Oh. Giant sandwiches. 2 lettuce on a single sandwich. Only because, like, I haven't done it before, I'm gonna go with giant sandwiches. It might be a big mistake, though. Generally, I would probably go with closing time, because that's extra customers, extra cash, and generally it's not that big of a deal. Giant sandwiches, we're gonna find out. Alright. So now it's a normal day. It's a normal day in terms of items. So maybe tomorrow we'll get the decoration day. I can't actually remember. I think it's every 5, but today's day 10, so I've been wrong before. I can't actually afford the clipboard stand. Unfortunate. Yeah, we did kind of drain the bank account last time. Alright, so let me see about organizing this here. Because, like, the only thing I really need the water for, because I can knead the dough, that's no biggie. The only thing I really need the water for is... let me just move this over into here. The only thing I really need the water for is the potatoes, and that's, so far, it's only been a one-time thing, because I only ordered like 1 or 2 potatoes. So I think I'm going to go with this setup. It's similar, but I think being able to chop right here, what about that? Or what about that? Okay, let's try this. We'll find out. Alright. We gotta start the day. We're just immediately gonna have research. Get that out of the way as our first customer struts through the door. Get the potatoes set up. It's a fresh day here in a cut above. I cut above the rest, but I couldn't fit it on the sign. But you already know what kind of store it is. Alright, we need to make a phone call. That's a mess. Mess and a half. Quite literally. Greetings, welcome to a plate, sorry, a plate up, nope, a cut above. That's the name of the game. Name of the game, and this is the name of my restaurant. Something needs to finish cooking. Thank you. I will mash the potatoes. Alright, potatoes mashed. I'm gonna make another phone call. I'm not used to it being over there just yet, but we can begin serving our lovely customers for the day. Alright, we got lettuce. Oh, there's a mess hiding behind the counter there. Wow, you really do want 2 lettuce. Oh no. That being said, once we get the buff for money, Like, we're not even going to need the phone anymore. We're going to be getting so much cash. Alright, so they're eating. We're going to make another phone call, because it should reset our... Yes, perfect. And we're not going to take their order yet. I'm going to take single order, because it's going to be a big stack. Salmonella, lettuce. So yeah, it just adds the chance to duplicate anything they might order, it appears. I think they're gonna add like double-decker sandwiches where you gotta like add a slice of bread in the middle. Let me make the phone call. There's no more customers coming, but that's still extra cash. All right, dough acquired. It's 2 tables of 2, so. All right, tomato acquire. Oh, another tomato. Ooh. And a little salmonella. No. Chill out. Uh-oh. We got time, though. It's not immediately a problem. Might be a problem. Sandwiches are kind of complicated. I gotta lay off on the phone a little bit, I think. Alright, they will eat. We should be fine. They will leave. Yes, we are so fine. That is starting to get rough, though. We need some immediate relief in the form of automation, though. So, by automation, I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can automate stuff in this game. But what I have in mind is we need what are called mixers. And despite being called mixers, they are quite good at chopping things, too. So we want to acquire one of those ASAP so that we can have tomatoes and lettuce pre-chopped for the most part. Another portioner for the bread would be nice as well. We have options. We have a lot of options. And as we go on here, and we might not get to it this time, this one's already turning out to be quite a challenge in terms of keeping up with the customers. And we're only on day 10. So we will see how all that goes. But, I mean, yeah, for the time being, we hung in there. We got through another day. So, let us see what items we get today. I definitely might invest. I don't know if I can invest enough for it, though, because it's going to be expensive to get. Okay, this is the decoration day. It's going to be expensive to get all the way up to 6 diamonds. I'm not going to worry about that just yet. I think I am going to invest in... So a statue is 3, and that's cheaper than 3 rugs, but the rugs have... Yeah, the rugs have the benefit of preventing messes. And they are flammable, but we have safety hobs. So theoretically, this is as safe as can be. So I think this will speed us up just a little bit, because now our tables messes won't affect us, and our hob messes won't affect us. I don't think it can reach into there. Only potential spot it can appear is right here, I think. Alright, let's see. What are we looking at here? I like that pattern better. And let's get that. Cool. I think... Okay, I like that. Okay. Awesome. We are poor. Let us get to work so that we can stop being poor. Alright, potatoes. So yeah, I'm gonna try to... Okay, we don't have any research to do. I'm gonna make one phone call there. Just put it on there. It doesn't matter. We just need to get it cooking. Just get some ingredients prepped, honestly. Alright, we have the potatoes. We can't mash them just yet. Hopefully, well, even if they do require them, we can work on the sandwich and get some of these ingredients out of there. Worst case scenario, we can just toss them in the trash. Alright, I'm gonna make a phone call. I might regret it. But both of these are single customers, and we want that extra cash. 2 lettuce. That's a disgusting sandwich. I was making a joke when I said that should be an option. Extra lettuce, please. Hold everything else. Okay, so we got them in here. I'm going to make another phone call. All of these are double, though, so that is a slight problem. You don't want that. Alright, pre-chopping the vegetables has helped out immensely already. Nope. Don't you dare toast my bread. Okay, there's that. One more phone call. Maybe two. Nope, just one. No potatoes yet either, so let's go ahead and get these mashed up. I lied. Let me go ahead and get another loaf started, because I am going to need that imminently. Alright, potatoes are mashed. Would you like some bread? Salmonella. Tomato. 2 lettuce, huh? I understand your conundrum, and I raise you another lettuce. Tragic. Absolutely tragic. But, you know what? Now they're happy customers, and we have served them to the best of our abilities, and that's all we can hope for in life. Alright. And we will move on to the next customer, because you know what? There's a lot of customers who want to get into a cut above. We are a cut above. Especially considering our, the restaurant next to us is just called a cut, so obviously you gotta go to a cut above. You can't just go to a cut. I'm dreading the day that another one opens up on the other side called a cut above the rest, because they've completed the chain at that point, and there is no hope. No hope for a cut or a cut above. That's why we need to solidify our sandwich empire now before it's too late. So the cool thing is, too, is that you actually can just get, like, an empire going, because if we hit day 15, we can turn this into a franchise, and we can carry some of, you know, some potatoes. First and only potato of the day. And we can turn our restaurant into a franchise, and we can open up another restaurant with carrying over some of the rules from this one, and then expanding on them. And you can just kind of keep that going indefinitely. Get the bread off the stove, please. Thank you. So theoretically, we could just keep this restaurant a cut above going indefinitely, and just keep getting harder and harder days and challenges. But until then, we are on our first location, and we're just going to serve the sandwiches. That's all we can do. And look at that. Another day, another... How much cash do we get? A lot of cash. Another day, another 79 coins in the old pocket. Alright. Pretty basic stuff in the shop. So I think we're going to get our clipboard stand for 60. We cannot afford anything else. We can't even afford to re-roll it, so we're just going to hold on to the other clipboard stand. No. Actually, I've changed my mind. We are going to put the dining table in here because there are other dining tables we can get that will provide us benefits, perhaps even more money, which is always a benefit. But there's also something else we can look into. It will complicate things a bit layout-wise, but it'll cut out the amount of stuff we have to do in half, essentially. So we might also look into doing that one. But until then, though, we are ready for another day. No, I don't want advanced build. I want cook. Alright, potato going. Let us grab our clipboard stand. We will research this mighty fast. You see how fast that is. Cool. Researched. We're going to drop a phone call on our way to need some dough. Alright, bread is a cooking. Let's get some tomatoes chopped. Let's get some lettuce chopped. You know what? Maybe those are, it's like pepperoni or something, because I know you can hold that ambient sometimes. I have no idea what it is, though. I'm very curious. Alright, we just need some bread. I can't chop that yet. They don't want it anyway, so... Alright. Bread. I keep doing that. I keep putting it on the wrong one. I like the potatoes better up top. But it doesn't really matter. Yeah, because we only have to walk up there once for the potatoes. Alright, get in here. Alright, I need to take a bread down with me. I can't be, inefficient like that. Every trip counts. Not that. We need lettuce. salmonella, tomato. Now the big thing is that if we can clear the queue before the next customer gets there, the patient's bar will reset, so we have time, which I think we managed to do. That's a problem. It's fine though. It's a problem, but it's fine because that's a solo customer, so we're gonna serve them mighty quick. Stop that. That is cruel to toast my bread. Whoever thought of toast? Probably some guy named Edgar Toast, actually. A lot of the time, it's just named after the people who founded it. Alright. Oh, okay, this is bad. We have another customer. Okay, I'm gonna make a phone call. This might be my doom, but... Okay, it's a solo. We can get through a solo. Okay, so I need to start up more bread. They don't want potatoes, so it's a benefit to us. It's a single customer though, so we can get through a single customer before the queue expires, and then we have time to serve the double customer. Oh, look at that. He's already done. Okay, I'm starting to panic. That will happen in this game. It's okay. Let's mash the potatoes just to see in case we need them. Okay, you don't want potatoes. You just want straight bread. I understand. It's a reasonable expectation just to get straight bread at a bread sandwich shop. I understand why you would want bread. I don't fault you for wanting bread. I simply fault you for coming today of all days. We have other customers in line, don't you know? And it is so unfortunate. It might be over for us. It's over for us. I missed it. Oh, I missed it. So I'm throwing it. No, he wants tomato. Okay, yeah, it's over. GG. Yep. Cool. Sandwiches are tough. Oh my. That's okay though, because this was a good opening episode. You kind of get the gist of the game now. There's like 17 different restaurants, or no, restaurants. There's like 17 different recipes that you can do that we're gonna explore over the course of this game. Hopefully, I definitely am gonna play some more of it. I might attempt sandwiches again next, but there's also ice cream, which is new-ish. I think ice cream existed beforehand, but it was only a side dish. Like you can only get it during a run of something else. But now it seems that it is its own thing. So, let me just make sure real quick before I end the video. But, turkey, hot dog, yeah, we got dumplings, sandwiches, which again, I think next run I'm going to do is going to be another sandwich run, because I do really want to explore sandwiches. But you can see them all here. So we got, what, pie, I think that's cake, you can make turkey, you can make steak. And each one of these has unique mechanics, like how I had to deliver each ingredient separately for the sandwiches. Each one of these is unique, like salads, a bunch of raw ingredients like lettuce, you gotta combine them and plate them. Pizza, you get multiple servings per pizza, but you gotta portion it. Coffee, it's like a breakfast item. You can make lattes with it, you can make burgers, you gotta put them on buns, you can make pasta, you gotta dispose of the pasta water. Hot dogs, is that just breakfast? No, because I think that might just be breakfast, yeah. So breakfast, I think it just starts with toast though. So you expand upon the toast with other breakfast items. And then stir fry, sandwiches, and yep, ice cream. I think. Sundays, yeah. So Sundays are cool too. So we'll definitely check out a restaurant of those soon. But yeah, we're gonna explore a whole bunch. And plus, there's different restaurants, different modifiers. They added a new one of those too. Let me just put this down real quick. Which is banquet. Customers order without waiting. That sounds really fun. Like it's a modifier I try to get on my regular days. But yeah, and then there's other Witch Hut. I've barely explored Witch Hut, and there's unique stuff from the store you can get on this one. So yeah, there's tons of stuff where you can explore together and have a good time doing it. So until then, this is the end of this video. I hope you had a wonderful time. I hope the rest of your day is great. If it's nighttime, I hope you sleep well. Until next time, farewell.